in the town. You know, in other words, we had an opportunity to pull out of county zoning when I got elected, and that was my position. So we pulled out of county zoning. We set up our own very lenient town zoning, and the people love it.
But see, you did it, and in a whole county, you restored liberty on a key area. And if people would just do what you did, I know it took some work and things, but let me guess. Has it not been animating? Have you not had more energy? Have you not felt better? You said you were in bad health when you first did this. I mean, has it not been better for your life? Because in my experience, fighting tyranny is so enjoyable. It's not work. It just puts a spring in my step. I just can't wait to fight the tyrants. And I want people to realize this is what we're made for. If we don't go become the government, if we don't go in there, the bad guys are. We just sit here and complain all day. We have to go engage. We have to go take it back.
Absolutely. And, you know, one other item I'd like to bring up on ISIS. Alex, I think, you know, Netanyahu and Israel kind of like ISIS. I think I've read enough quotes where, you know, they kind of support them, and they sit back and they let these globalists come in and support them financially, cause ruin, you know, in that part of the world. And I think at some point, you know, Israel's going to mop it all up. I honestly believe that.
It's a mess, I tell you. I appreciate your call. It is just such a mess. Appreciate the call, Bill. Good to hear from you. Alex in Canada, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex.
Hey, brother.
Hi. First of all, I gotta say I agree with about like 99% of the stuff you say.
Well, that's good because I don't. I hear rebroadcasts and I go, I didn't say that, Ryder. I meant to say this. I probably agree with about 95% of what I say. Because so wow, I'm impressed. Go ahead.
I want to talk about the dissociation between men and women and how it plays into their depopulation.
Yes, they've created a disassociation and a war between men and women that is designed to make the state the daddy and basically end the human species as we know it. And it's in major textbooks, and it's worked like a charm. They make women's identity that they're women and they're in a war with men, and they make men's identity the same thing, and it's a total disaster.
And Alex, one of the biggest growing businesses in the Western world is the pickup artist, where guys are teaching men how to pick up other women. But the problem with this is there's a lot of manipulation, and where other guys are taking advantage of weak men.
I was about to say, you can only pick up really stupid women with that stuff, and it does work, but it doesn't end well. But it is true that biologically it's a confidence game. And that, I mean, even really good women on average like to be treated bad. And you know, at least you got to be standoffish and distant sometimes, or they don't respect you. And it's biological.
Well, yeah, exactly. And yeah, because like there is that dissociation between men and women. And like I don't have this problem anymore. I used to. But I do think it plays into the depopulation agenda because, I mean, it does play into the depopulation into the New World Order, because guys, honestly, there's a huge epidemic where guys don't know how to communicate with women. And if guys don't know how to communicate with women, then people aren't making babies like they used to.
I know how to communicate with them.
Well, yeah, like some guys do, but there's a huge epidemic where guys are so timid and so cowardice. And so, like, I was wondering maybe if you could, like, just break it down a little, because you always talk about how you could get with women and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't have a problem with this. Most of your...
Well, I mean, I'm a family man, and it's not like I'm some Casanova or anything. I love women. I mean, women are just beautiful, wonderful creatures. And they just want somebody that's happy and confident and wants to tell jokes and go on hikes and, you know, go to, like, little stores and stuff, little antique stores, and just piddle around. That's what women like to do. And I just want my daughters to grow up healthy and happy and to have good, strong men out there for them to meet and love and continue the cycle. And so men and women have to understand we're all bound eternally together. We are the human species, and that's all under attack. If traditional roles are out there and people genuinely want that, that's their issue. They're artificially attacking the standard roles of men and women. And it's in major textbooks. Endgame 2.0 breaks it down, where they said that they would do this in the 50s, and they've done it. And boy, it isn't pretty, is it? We'll be back.
Our big story. Gun owners react as politicians continue to ban high-capacity magazines state by state.
I think that these weapons ought to be stopped.
Magazine restrictions have already happened in 9 states. Staffed with former special operations personnel, GunMagWarehouse.com is the only company that specializes in gun magazines. GunMagWarehouse.com has the largest selection of the magazines you should stock up on. Go now to GunMagWarehouse.com before it happens in your state. Get it before you regret it.
Clean water at home, clean water at the office, clean water on the go. The Berkey Guy has a Berkey water filtration model for anywhere you are and one that fits any budget. Thousands of satisfied customers can't be wrong. For free shipping within the U.S., go to goberkey.com or call 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Helping thousands prepare since 2005, goberkey.com.
From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Healthy elimination is essential to high energy, a cheerful mood, and prevention of disease. Some of the founders of our modern holistic health thinking state that disease begins in a toxic colon. A toxic intestinal tract is the foundation for virtually all degenerative disease, and a clean and well-moving intestinal tract is the foundation of health.
I just want to say that you folks have an amazing product. I've taken whey protein products for years, and I've never noticed the results I have with your product. I've suffered with bouts of constipation most of my life. Within a few days of taking One World Whey, I noticed a dramatic change. Also, in the past few years, I've experienced symptoms associated with diabetes. I feel horrible when I've had too much sugar, and I've been getting the foot pain as well. But I've noticed in the past week or so, I'm not feeling bad anymore, and the foot pain is gone. I'm just finishing up a 5-pound tub I ordered and just got off the phone ordering more. I love your product. Thank you.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com. That's oneworld, WHEY.com.
When the day comes where the world changes forever, you can be ready at a moment's notice. With Survivalist Camps, the ultimate fully functional off-the-grid survival bug-out house that's completely mobile and ready to go. All the comforts of an RV, but custom built to outlast any other trailer. Learn more at survivalistcamps.com. Due to overwhelming response, limited inventory is available. Be ready with survivalistcamps.com. Survivalist Camps, providing your basic needs to survive.
In today's unstable environment, self-protection is critical. Civil unrest, riots, looting, it's happening now, right here in the United States, and your rights are at risk. If passed, H.R. 5344 would ban Level 3 and above body armor. Cady Armor is standing up for you. We offer the most affordable Level 3 body armor on the market. Cady Level 3 armor withstands pistol and rifle hits up to 7.62 NATO. Get yours at CadyArmor.com. That's C-A-T-I Armor.com. Cady Armor. Come and take it.
The head of Alibaba is now the biggest website basically in the world, bigger than Amazon, bigger than Facebook, makes more money, and it's now had its public offering. Think about it. Think about how our country is suffering because other countries don't want to do business with us because they don't trust the fact that Google and all its subsidiaries and things like Amazon aren't working with the NSA. Well, they are the NSA. And that's what Jack Ma said about it. Is he said, we've got the trust of the people worldwide that we're not basically doing things like that. So that's the problem, having these criminals run our country. is that people wanted to do business with us before because we were the good guys. And not that we were perfect, but America wanted to promote liberty and freedom and the Second Amendment, and that's why you wanted to go there. You can be left alone by government bureaucrats, and now we're the opposite. And we're like 36th in the world now for business freedom. I saw a study last week. People don't want to, that's behind every industrialized country and then some. We're in bad shape. Let's get this straight. And it's all fun for the bureaucrats and the regulators and the lawyers and the academics and everybody until the gravy train stops, ladies and gentlemen. Alibaba's IPO prices at top of range, raising $21.8 billion. Boom. By a guy that came from nothing. And why is it always somebody that comes from nothing that has the big innovation? And it's certainly never somebody with a college degree. And I'm not bashing college degrees. There's some reasons for them in some areas. But the big innovations come out of people that are thinking outside the box, just like InfoWars, just like Drudge, just like so many other platforms. Let's go ahead and go to our guest in this short segment to break down some of what's happening. Then we'll get the details in the next segment. And this is bigger than just Montana or Texas. This is serious, because you see demonization of patriots and liberty lovers all the time, and it's been happening so much now, we've kind of gotten used to it. It's not a big deal anymore when it happens. You hear about judges in the news saying, I don't allow the Constitution in my courtroom. Well, they should be forced to stand down. They violated their oath. It was 6 years ago I got the secret document that for about a week people didn't believe until the government finally responded in USA Today and other publications saying, no, that's a real document, saying Ron Paul's basically a terrorist, Chuck Baldwin's a terrorist, Adam Russo is an evil person for his film, libertarians are bad, if you want to get out of the UN, you're bad. You know, these are terrorists, basically. And now it's so ubiquitous that we're just like, oh, that's no big deal. Well, he's got quite a story to tell. Dr. Chuck Baldwin is joined by his constitutional attorney son, Tim Baldwin. They're also co-authors of multiple books that we happen to sell, Romans 13 and more. And they are joining us right now. He's with flatheadlegal.com, Tim Baldwin, and his father, Chuck, joins us. We're going to break in a few minutes, guys, but I saw it in local newspapers. Lawyers want state to investigate prosecutors. And then I heard part of the story through my producer that they're actually with straight faces going, you know, basically saying you're not allowed to promote the Constitution, that it's evil somehow, and doing a lot of really weird stuff in their drug task force. So thanks for joining us. Who should speak first, Chuck Baldwin or Tim Baldwin?
I think Tim should go ahead and take it to try to give you some of the background, Alex.
Yeah, Tim, give us a basic snapshot.
Yeah, so for your audience's information on this, I'm a criminal defense attorney in Flathead County, Montana, and I practice in other counties as well. I have a case, or I had a case, involving a client of mine where we discovered evidence that the Northwest Drug Task Force agent and a county attorney here were threatening my client's wife and my client to fire me as my client's attorney. And they threatened that if they do not fire me, it would be bad for my client. We actually got a recorded statement, or not a statement, but a recorded conversation that my client's wife released here recently that actually shows the egregiousness of what was going on here. And the reason that was revealed from this officer who was talking to my client's wife was that they do not like Tim Baldwin. They reference my dad running for president in 2008 under the Constitution ticket. They reference being a constitutionalist, as they called it. They reference me defending my client's rights too vigorously.
Tim, I want to stop right there because we're going to come back from break. I'm going to give you both the floor. I want to walk through what happened with the case. We have the audio. I'm going to put it in a nightly news report soon so it's more congruent. But this is how the statists operate. They could be Republicans or Democrats. These are Republicans in this case. Is they want to shut business down, shut freedom down, shut people's right to a lawyer down because of our views. There's an attempt to shut us up, shut us down, and it's what the Nazis did in the build-up to World War II inside Germany. It's how tyranny first starts, and this is just boots-on-the-ground evil. We'll be right back.
We're on the march.
Stay with us.